Believe it or not, the Detroit Lions are just 5 days away from the rookies reporting to training camp on July 20th. And just like that, the season will be upon us. We have 14 days from today is when the first non-season ticket holder practice at training camp will take place. Unbelievable that the season is back. This has by far been the quickest offseason that the Detroit Lions have had. Now, there are, in my opinion, as we go on our Super Bowl run, there are, I would say, 3 pieces, in my opinion, that the Detroit Lions could use some help at. Number one, everyone knows is, in my opinion, edge rush. Not satisfied with the edge rushers. Yannick Ngakoue, Matthew Judon will go a long way to satisfying that for me. Second will be wide receiver. I know who our number 1, 2 will be. Number 3 is a toss-up between DPJ and Khalif Raymond. Then whoever doesn't get 3 will get 4. But if the Lions go with 5 or 6, then you have Antoine Green and someone else at that point, whether or not they're on the team or they're not on the team. And last, and certainly not least, the safety position. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, no, we're good at safety. And we could be. The Lions could think that we are as well. I, myself, don't believe that we are. If you go and let's look at the safety room. And why am I bringing this up? Because Justin Simmons, I was about to say Justin Jefferson, the wrong Justin. Justin Simmons had a statement the other day that I thought was very telling as to why he is not signed yet. You're talking about one of the top safeties on the market. Now, the Detroit Lions were very adamant. They were very excited when they got C.J. Gardner-Johnson last year. And I will keep my thoughts to myself about that. But I would say the top 2 safeties on the market right now would be Justin Simmons and Quandre Diggs. Justin Simmons is a little older. Quandre Diggs, if I would take either one of those guys. I believe that the Detroit Lions, we need some veteran leadership back there, and we could have a game-changing safety. This guy is not a scrub. He's not washed. I don't want to hear it about he's too old because his production has not dropped at all. All right, so Justin Simmons. But it's probably a situation that teams are trying to make sure the situation's right. They got to line up their situation and the money. I heard earlier it could have been a money thing, but Justin Simmons comes out and says something completely different. This is what he told NFL.com. Says, obviously, it'll be so great right now to know where I'm going, what I can be studying, who I can play for, matchups that I'll have, and all that good stuff. But ultimately, I think it's challenging me in a positive way. This is what he told Bradley King of Denver News 7. Says, I think complacency can be a thing when you just get caught up in a routine of doing the same things over and over and over, finding little increments of growth. For me now, everything's new. I'm having to ask questions, take accountability, learn from people who have been in it before, whether they're 3 years in, 10 years in, just getting some insight, getting some wisdom. I think is going to help me grow tremendously. It's helped me slow down. It's helped me be more present with my family when I haven't had the chance to do to OTAs and not ramping up for camp. So because he doesn't have a team, because there is nowhere for him to go right now, then he is chilling. He's finding time to spend with his family, kind of slowing down a little bit. And believe it or not, man, this thing is year round. And for the players, if you watch behind the scenes and things like that of different NFL films, productions, you see that it doesn't stop. It does not stop. I saw the Justin Jefferson from receiver and Devontae Adams. And he was talking about how Tuesday's the day off, but Monday you got meetings, you got studying, you got film, you go home, you come back. It's all this crazy stuff, and it rinses and repeat for 18 weeks, right? So we just see what happens on Sundays, but there's so many things behind the scenes that won't allow them to have time. And then he continues to say this. He says, who knows? I could sign tomorrow. I could sign 2 weeks into camp. I could sign the first game of the season. You just never know how these things go, he said. So it's caused me to slow down and give up control because it's not in my control. So the reason this is, says the Detroit, that Justin Simmons could fit the mold, because maybe early on in his free agency, maybe it was humbling in a way. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. This guy could fit the Detroit Lions. Aside from his play, the mentality, because we know that our team is about grit over talent. We're about what's in between your two ears, than the talent on the field. But if you could get a guy like Justin Simmons to come in, be that veteran leader, that will go a long way to our Super Bowl push. Now, you might be like, well, Derek, we have our safety room is solid. No, it's not. No, it is not. Heading into camp, here is the Detroit Lions' current roster at safeties. Now, remember, all of these guys may not make the team. Lauren Strickland, he don't even have a picture on the Detroit Lions website. Here are the safeties. And I want you guys to see this. I did it by alphabetical order. The safeties. Lauren Strickland. CJ Moore. He is not a coverage safety. He is going to be a special teamer. This guy is so good. He was suspended for a year. The Detroit Lions cut him because of the gambling on an NFL game, and they brought him back. That's how good he is on special teams. Ife Melifonwu, okay. Kirby Joseph, okay. Brandon Joseph. And what is this? Chillin Garns? I don't even know how to say that. And that's it. Sione Vaki is not playing safety. The Lions already said he's playing running back. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 2 of these guys don't even have a photo. Probably an indication they won't make the team. I'm just saying it doesn't. That's just my opinion. Brandon Joseph, Kirby Joseph. So out of these guys, our coverage safeties would probably be Ife Melifonwu, Kirby Joseph. You mean to tell me that you think our safety room is solid? Where's the veteran leadership? CJ Moore, he's a vet, but he's not a covered safety. He just been out the league for a year. You want CJ leading the pack? Ife Melifonwu, he's going into year 4. Kirby Joseph, year 3. We could use not only a dog like Justin Simmons, but a veteran safety. Our safety room is not, and let's assume that one of those guys go down. Let's assume, God forbid, Kirby Joseph, Ife Melifonwu, who, in my opinion, heading into year 3 was bubble. He was 100% bubble. He wasn't even playing until like the last 5 games of the season, and he just smacked onto the scene, right? This guy will be on the NFL team. Now, I was able to speak Jake Bates into existence. I truly believe that because our need at safety, the Detroit Lions could be looking at a guy like Justin Simmons. And he also said in this, it might have been a different article where he's trying to go to a team with the right situation. Okay? That's what he's trying to do. We are the right situation. The Detroit Lions have become a lot of players' right situation. We're going to have so many players trying to come to Detroit, we're not going to be able to sign them all, right? Justin Simmons can be that guy. Now, Quandre Diggs has no ties to the current regime of the Detroit Lions, but dude, I would still take him. Justin Simmons would be my first choice. Quandre Diggs. I think Eddie Jackson is still available as well. But in my order would be Simmons, Diggs, maybe Jackson. But I would prefer one of those two over Jackson. But either way, I think our safety room could use some help. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Justin Simmons. I think maybe it's been a little bit humbling. Like, you are one of the top safeties in the NFL. You got cut from the team that drafted you. Okay, they cut you like a bad habit, right? Which bad habits are hard to get rid of, but they cut you. You're still unemployed. This happened back in March-ish, somewhere around there. So we're talking about entering training camp and you're not on a team. There's a reason for that. Is it Justin related? But you notice it's not up to him necessarily, because there are things that are out of his control. So maybe what he's referring to is the right team being in his control. But let me know. Would you take Justin Simmons? Do you think our safety room is solid? No. No. You know how people say no, but they're shaking their head. They're like, no. You know what I mean? No. Left or right? No, it is not. Kirby Joseph, Ife Melifonwu. You can throw Brian Branch in there sometimes. Brandon Joseph? No. 2 no names with no pitcher? No. That's no. No veteran leadership. Bring him in. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.